Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody's having a little bit of trouble cutting out stickers with a vinyl cutter, which I know nothing about. But when he cuts it out, the vinyl cutter actually cuts past the joint. Now he was asking if he could have two starting points and not have the starting point, right there and right there. I don't know how you could do it with just two, or when you have two starting points. So I'm going to take this, and with nothing selected, I got my nudge factor set pretty high. I'm going to take the cut line and I'm going to nudge it down. Now, if we look, and I made my nodes larger. So here's a starting point right here. There's actually maybe a starting point right there. Let's take away one of those nodes. Yeah. That's not a starting point, that's a curve. So if we select them all, well, that shows that that's a starting point. First of all, I'm going to show you how I made the nodes larger to make it easier to see. So I'm going to go to Options and CorelDraw, not Customization, CorelDraw. And I'm going to go to Nodes and Handles, and watch what happened. So this is the way it looked when I got it. You can't really see the arrows. I can actually see that one right there. So go to Tools, Options, CorelDraw, and make the nodes large. That way, when you click on it, you can see them more. So I've got a couple of suggestions. One, I don't think the starting point is there. I'm a little bit confused or maybe he needs a starting point there. Maybe I'm going to do, there's a lot of nodes right here that don't need to be there. So I'm going to delete like a couple of nodes and just make sure it doesn't change the shape, and it didn't. Because the less nodes you have, especially with a knife, I guess, it's going to be better. So I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to make a starting point right there. So I'm going to click on that node, right click, and break it apart. And see, now that's not a starting point anymore. This is a starting point. So let's go again. And you can see now I can select both those, and I can right click and join them. So there's my starting point. So maybe that's what's wrong. But, well, I think that's what he wants. I think he wants a starting point there. You would actually probably go here, right click, and reverse the subpath. So now the starting point is going this way. But that's not going to really, to me, that's not going to help it. I'm going to get rid of another node. My suggestion would be able to make this not so tight of a turn. And I want to see if this will help. So I'm going to delete that node. It didn't change. I'm going to go over here and maybe delete that node. It didn't change the shape. It didn't change the shape. What I'm going to do, and this would be personal preference, I'm going to zoom in here. And I don't know the thickness of the blade or how it cuts. But I'm going to select this, and I'm going to go to Windows, Dockers, and Corners. And I'm going to give that corner, not that much. Let me wait till it opens up. Let's go 2 millimeters. So we're going to look at this again in just a second. Let's do the same thing here. I don't think it's going to affect and in that case, you'd probably want to move this starting point up to a straight line. So let's do that. Let's right click and break apart. Matter of fact, let's add a node right there, and let's right click and break it apart. And then when we close this down and join these two nodes, so now our starting point is right there. I can actually get rid of one of those nodes. Whoop, no, I can't. I can join them. Take and go join. So there's our starting point. So it's got a good flat edge. And with this rounded corner, I think the sticker would, to me, be less terrible, where you could not tear it. We could actually, let's see if we can't. No, that you don't want to do that. You can't really. Let's see if we can delete that node. And delete that node. Yeah, see, it alters the shape. So, but of course, I know nothing about vinyl cutting. I think that's going to be the key right there. Now, let's take this and let's make it black. And of course, it want to be a hairline. And then we're going to nudge it back up to our sticker. And that doesn't look bad because everything else is rounded. Why can't that be rounded? Anyway, I'm sure he'll get back to me and see if that helped. But if not, I hope it did. And thank you for watching.